Have you ever heard of the electric car company Faraday Future? There's a big chance you probably haven't, and because of a few good reasons. Before you go to Google to search up what Faraday Future is, stick with us because we have lots of juicy information that you'd love to hear. In a moment, we'll get into the details of why you've never heard of this company, but first, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and make sure you hit that bell icon so you get notified when we upload new videos. Let's look at how this electric car company, Faraday Future, seemingly erupted out of nowhere, just to come crashing down as quickly as it grew, leaving a destructive financial path in its wake. Faraday Future started its campaign in 2014 and was able to rip countless executives and employees from a similar yet more successful car company called Tesla. Not only did Faraday Future take people from its main rival Tesla, they were also able to convince employees and executives to join them from other well-known car brands such as Ford, BMW, and even Lamborghini. The future was bright for this company, right? The company even had the word future in it. With so many people invested in this upcoming company, it seemed like Faraday Future could be the next Tesla, maybe even greater. How is it that this company crashed and burned so hard? Let's start with the founders of the company, Yueting, Nick Sampson, and Tony Ni. For a moment of foreshadowing, 2 out of the 3 founders ended up leaving Faraday Future in 2018. We'll tell you which ones quit in a few minutes. Yueting and Tony Ni both had deep roots in China, where they were able to gain popularity as well as grab the attention of countless investors. With its fanatical investors backing Faraday Future, the company set out to create the next autonomous electric car. Or was it a one-size-fits-all drivetrain that could fit any car? Or was it a cool concept car? Maybe it was all of that. That's kind of a lot for a small startup company, right? Because of the issues we'll get into later, as of March 2019, the only thing that's for sale from Faraday Future is 900 acres of land in Las Vegas, Nevada for the low price of $40 million. Let's go back to how this all came to be. Yueting, the future primary founder of Faraday Future, had started small, investing in the coal industry along with a small number of electronic companies that made smartphones and TVs. After a few years of successful investments and business ventures, by 2015, Yueting's net worth was well over $7 billion. This made him the 17th richest person in China. You may have heard Yueting was the founder of the digital streaming company called LETV. His company LETV was ahead of the curve, streaming movies and TV shows about 3 years before Netflix did. With the profits he saw from LETV, Yueting branched out and sought other business opportunities wherever he could find one. His business ventures included home electronics, such as smartphones and TVs. He also dipped his feet into sports programming and electric cars. His plans for all of these business ventures would be thrown under the umbrella company he would later call LE Economy, or LE Eco for short. Yueting saw this as an opportunity to bring a combination of consumer goods and services to the public all in one package. With LE Eco, you could call your friends and families on the smartphones LE Eco manufactured, as well as listen to music and watch TV and movies with LETV's streaming service on LE Eco manufactured TVs. All the while having your Faraday Future autonomous electric car drive you around while you call your friends and family, listen to music, watch TV and movies all at once. It sounded like Yueting wanted to take over the consumer market with his grandiose plan. In 2015, Yueting would set in place a strong marketing campaign for his LE Eco products all around the world. He would even push a more aggressive campaign to the United States. This included opening a huge LE Eco company campus in San Jose, California, as well as acquiring the popular TV manufacturing company Vizio for $2 billion. Before Yueting did any of this, he founded Faraday Future in 2014 and had plans in the works to build a multi-million-dollar factory in Nevada. Nevada was an important place for Faraday Future's factory, because it was around the same time that Tesla was building their so-called Gigafactory. In 2016, Yueting's LE Eco began launching its products. For example, LE Eco's smartphone line called LE Pro, along with a smart TV called Eco TV. Yueting, along with LE Eco, had big hopes of challenging tech moguls like Apple, Google, and Samsung. As time went on, things became clear that aside from LETV streaming services, all of Yueting's business ventures were not profitable. All the while, Faraday Future was being developed. Its primary founder was losing incredible amounts of money from his other businesses that he planned to make into one large consumer package. The money that helped get Faraday Future off the ground was partly from Yueting's pocket, while the rest came from Chinese investors. So how did Yueting get his money for all of his business developments, most notably for Faraday Future's development? In multiple reports, Yueting Jia got a large number of working class people to invest in Faraday Future by saying that they would get a good return on their investments, all the while Yueting Jia played down the risks of investing in such a volatile startup. Along with outright lying to his investors, Yueting Jia was able to go behind closed doors and had money taken from China's irreputable banking system, where there are almost no regulations or protection against what he was able to do. When things started to go south for him and the companies he founded, people started to take notice. Investors started to wonder where their money was going. This is where Yueting Jia and Faraday Future's issues arise. Before we explain how the downfall of not just Faraday Future but also Yueting Jia unfolded, finally we've come to the part of the video you've all been waiting for. What happened to Faraday Future? The issues started to show themselves when, after Yueting Jia's business ventures weren't producing enough profit, he wasn't able to come up with what he promised to investors all that time ago. He convinced them by speaking of low risk with high returns. Of course, they were understandably infuriated. The anger in the investors reached a boiling point in April of 2017. The working class Chinese investors staged a sit-in in demonstration. This sit-in was carried out by 37 representatives, representing those working class investors. They strategically had their sit-in demonstration in the LEECO headquarters lobby in Beijing, China. Not only did they stage a sit-in, the representatives demanded LEECO pay a sum of $10 million in reparations for their losses. What did LEECO end up doing about that? They brought in large potted plants and had them placed inside the lobby, restricting the amount of space inside the lobby, making it so that less angry representatives could be there to loiter around in protest. Adding the proverbial cherry on top, in 2017, Yueting Jia was requested to appear in Chinese court. What he did, however, was the opposite. He fled China to the Faraday headquarters in San Diego, California. This, along with investors not being paid back the money that was owed to them, left a scar not only on LEECO, but also Yueting Jia's companies, including Faraday Future. This led to Yueting Jia's co-founding partners Nick Sampson and Tony Ni of Faraday Future to resign in 2018. In 2019, Yueting Jia ended up filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. According to the bankruptcy statements, it showed that Yueting Jia had accumulated close to $7 billion of debt. Everything had all come crashing down so quickly. With the bad reputation and severe amount of debt Yueting Jia had accumulated, he was blacklisted by the Chinese court. With this information out in the public, it was hard to get Faraday Future new investors. Chief CFO Stefan Krauss of Faraday Future was given an ultimatum by investors. They were only going to invest if Yueting Jia was out of the picture, but Yueting Jia wouldn't leave. In 2018, Faraday Future laid off a large amount of its loyal staff. Such a fall from grace would be hard to recover from, you would think. All in all, this story does end on a slightly more promising note. Today, Faraday Future is still working hard on developing its electric cars. Recently, Faraday Future got a new CEO, Carsten Brightfield, who comes from the reputable BMW i program. Faraday Future still holds itself accountable on its promises to revolutionize the car industry. As for Yueting Jia, he has made statements on social media about how he promises to return to China, pay off his debts, and continue his dream of making Faraday Future a force to be reckoned with in the autonomous electric car industry. Yueting Jia is still a large part of Faraday Future. However, he is no longer credited as a financier. What the future holds for Yueting Jia and Faraday Future, we don't know, but many people still hope to see Faraday Future's cars on the consumer market one day. Of course, similar to Faraday Future, Tesla had its own fair share of financial hiccups. What do you see happening to Faraday Future in the future? We hope you've learned something new and enjoyed this video. Would you consider buying one of Faraday Future's cars in the future, or would you rather choose a Tesla over a Faraday Future? Let us know in the comments below. Stay tuned for more videos on futuristic companies coming up. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Thanks for watching.